But I would now. Let's talk about the interpretation of the leaked text about what Tory Lanez had sent Megan right after the shooting, like a couple hours after the shooting, because he said, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. I was drunk, and it should have never happened." Like some people interpreting that too as him doing it. You know what I'm saying? Him basically giving himself away. So it's like, let's talk about the interpretation of that.
No, but what you think of the confrontation part? Because most people sort of stylize, I would shoot Meg. But some people saying, I would shoot Meg if she's bigger than me.
Listen,
and all that other stuff.
No, there's no need for physical confrontation. No need for physical confrontation
I've
at all.
heard men say that.
You know what I'm saying? Some people rile up or whatever. They get in your face, they point fingers, and they kind of poke at you and all that stuff. But you don't have to. You never have to get physical. Honestly, like I ain't a monk. I ain't a pacifist to say, "Oh, somebody come and punch me in my face." I ain't gonna, turn up on them. But at the same time, like violence really and shooting definitely like that's 0 to 100.
Everybody want to do everything other than leave. Everybody want to do everything other than leave.
That's 0 to 100 leave. Way too quick. Yeah. And I mean, thinking about like when all the pages that I see talk about it, right? I honestly, like I tired of like looking at it and trying to figure out what exactly happened. But I've been trying to piece it together as strong as possible. And the only logical thing that makes sense to me was she probably was popping off. They was in the car, yada, right? But at first, remember the story was like she got shot in the car. And then the story changed to, shot walking away. Her back was turned. She don't know. And then it was like she was back in the car. To me, the most fluid story that makes sense is she ran off at the mouth. In the SUV or whatever, yada, 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 this, whatever. And she left. She was like, I ain't got to deal with this, whatever. They stopped. And Tory basically, dance, pop. And then, like, she was so boosted up on adrenaline, she didn't even feel she got shot, honestly. And she might have turned back around and approached the car and say, nigga, what's going on, She might have done that, which is why they might have said she was back at the car. That's the only thing that making sense to me, because I've been trying to piece it together to make sense. And from all other stories that we heard, I'm like, nothing else makes sense, So the main thing is we have to try to make the most sense of it to make it seem whatever. Ultimately, they should have just waited for court. That's my opinion.
I mean, I think the first bit of confusion came in when she said that she cut her foot on glass.
No, the cop said that.
No, she told them
she
that.
Said that.
Yeah.
She said she cut her foot on glass. So she didn't. No, but that's not fair. Hold on a second. Let's be honest. This is Black America we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a black woman and a black man. Now, we know what happened with George Floyd and all the rest of them, We know that black men are under fire in America right now. And in Megan's defense, she was trying to protect Tory. Even though she got shot in the foot, there was a chance that the police could roll up on them and kill him and shoot him dead. And she, she's lied and she said, all right, I got cut on glass or whatever. And that's where the initial confusion came in. Now I think Tory's a bitch for lying about it after it. Because Megan lied to save his life, lied to protect him from police brutality. What is this?
I was agreeing. You don't call out Tory Lanez, you don't call him a bitch on camera.
You want this?
What is this?
It's hot, right? Steamy.
Right.
I mean, I'm scared. Listen.
Tory Lanez,
wait. Pause.
Right,
can we please have this conversation? Because I want to know why it is that you think it's dumb for a black woman to protect a black man in Black America.
I know. I totally get a point, and I agree with her, not 100%. I understand it. I honestly do understand it, and I agree, and I get the circumstances, all of that. Precaution too. But I mean, to say she cut even come up with a better excuse, honestly, I don't want to make it sound trivial, right? But to me, it's like, at the end of the day, you get shoot.
My guy, that's the point. She just got shot in the foot. And her first instinct was, let me protect my lover, who is a black man, who's probably going to get in a lot
and
more
technically,
trouble than
I know we did this type of vibe, right? But yeah, Tory is a because she come out and protect him and man up to it, bro. Like, you ain't kill her. You just got to take that. You got to let your career dead. And that's it.
But my point in saying that.
Yeah.
My point in saying that is that's where the confusion came in. Because honestly, if she had just from the bat gotten shot. The police roll up. They're like, okay, what happened?
Tory
She said, Tory shot me. It would have been a different narrative, and we would have been looking at something completely 100% different.
Definitely. She should have.
She didn't do that. You think she should have done that?
I think she should have. I mean,
honestly,
I don't
as
think,
a black woman, I would not have.
I don't think they would have freaked out. I don't think they would have freaked out.
Listen. She
was already.
Well, if you shoot me,
she was already injured when they.
What you say?
Are we ride or dying? That's what I say.
But listen, if you shoot me,
target practice.
She's 2020 Bonnie and Clyde.
Let the police shoot you.
Listen,
that ain't gonna happen. Ain't no police can shoot my man.
It was obvious she was already injured by the time they came on the scene. So, it's like, come on now. To say you got cut by glass, that just didn't make sense.
They sort of believe it because how the wound looked too.
I get it. I honestly get it that she wanted to protect him. All she had to do was plead the fifth.
But you can't say no. But for real,
I don't know what's going on.
She's bleeding.
Anytime,
I don't know.
She did that instead. She did that instead of saying, I got cut by glass. You would know when you get cut by glass if you got.
No, but see, the police believed it because they looked at the wound.
They had to let her get to the hospital anyway, regardless.
No, but they believed
and
it.
she said she lied in the hospital also.
Yeah, but they believed it.
Because she
and
thought
then
that
they
was the police in the hospital. And
Tory even said it on the
don't
album.
take the lie too far.
She
She got away when she was in the hospital. I mean, I get she was skeptical still, whatever, and they was in jail, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, let your guard. Me and Marco honestly was talking about this. That you can't really be that scared about the world, like things going on. You got to say, bro. Yeah, bro. I think at least say, I think somebody shot me to make.
No, but but that's the thing. Even Tory said on the album, right? He said, "How you get shot in the foot and no bones walking or ligaments get torn."
Right. No ligaments
or whatever. So everybody's cry, but then
the ricochet.
They did an inspection of they find. I forget what the term is called, but they find residue of a gun being fired on Tory
from Tory's
and all that
gun,
stuff like that. So all them different things. So it's like, bro, like we can argue, but it's like at the end of the day, we as melanated men, we as original men,
he shouldn't shoot it up. Honestly,
we gotta protect our women, bro.
Right. That's the main thing. He really should have done.
And so the first step to protecting black women is believing black women when they say that something happened to them. And she came out straight and said, crying, holding it together on IG Live, she said, Tory Lanez shot me. The fact that there's still confusion around this, I'm questioning.
Right. Let me just put this on record.
She's the one who was
Let me put this on record. I honestly wholeheartedly believe that she got shot. I don't know if Tory Lanez did it, but I still honestly wholeheartedly believe that she did get shot, and I did not dispute that at all. So I put that on record.
All right. You sure you didn't want the ski mask?
I just want to give everyone a personal anecdote as a comparison with our story, right? Because it's very important to believe people that are in a compromising position, because it's also very traumatizing to not believe a person or to be the person that's unbelieved in a traumatizing position. But let me give you an anecdote. So I slept in the same bed as another female that I was connected with. We weren't together romantically or nothing like that. Mm. So we slept in the same bed together. And she told people I raped her.
Oh, this true? This really happened?
It's a closed case.
No, I'm just making sure because this. That's I was just like.
I couldn't keep a straight face after the look he shot. This.
Yeah. No, I just trying to make sure because, like, bro, like, I don't know if you see. We could get into that after you finish that, but there's been a lot of Me Too in the Bahamas recent. So yeah, go ahead.
Take it away.
Mm. So we didn't even have sex. Mm. We weren't even sexually active prior to that. And she told people that I raped her. Now, if I wasn't the person that I am, or I didn't have the reputation that I have, who knows what people would have believed. But because I was the person that I am, they didn't believe that. So I'm just relating myself to another man in a similar situation that I'm not excusing him if he did or did not do it. But his side didn't come out yet, and the investigation is still pending. Mm-hmm. So believing one side without having appropriate information from the other is very destructive. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Okay.
There's two sides to every situation.
I understand. I get
Right.
it.
So that's it. That's my only problem with it.
All right.
Don't just believe her. It's important to believe everybody. But at the same time, the defendant needs his time in court. That's it.
All right. So what basically what Marco's saying in short term is that we can't crucify him through the court of social media.
No.
But he have to be crucified.
Because most people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They hear other people's opinions and then base their opinions off of that or just parrot what other people say. That's dangerous.
I mean, it is. But it's like a slippery slope kind of thing because it's like, all right, I get what you're saying. And it's like, yo, let's wait until he is properly brought to justice. But you know how social media is. Like if we don't think and care about it in the moment and try to come to a verdict right then and there,
right,
it's almost like we're gonna be on the wrong side.
Right,
of
but
the
that don't have nothing to do with you.
Yeah, but like in the
you're
court
not the judge.
of social opinion is always who has the better story or who tells the story first. And you know, I do believe that we should protect our women and we should understand their point of the story and there should be a discussion on it. But we should always be open and understanding, and it shouldn't be like a crucifixion right away.
Right
But
away.
it should be like the instant is that we have all the information down and there's understanding and there's legal and like we should go for it. But like it's a strange thing because you want to protect people who've been victimized. Like,
right.
It's like the right thing to do. Everybody wants to protect people who've been victimized. We want to like take away predators. We want to like, you know, make the world safer for everybody. But in the same way, we don't want to be the ones to destroy lives of innocent people as well. Because at the end of the day, like when you look at the justice system, that's the problem with the justice system itself, right? Like the justice system itself is broken because there's people who are guilty who get away, and then there's people who are innocent who goes to jail. And then, like we see that same thing happening on social media itself. You know, like there is not perfect, and it's like how do you find this perfect balance of understanding who's guilty and who's not? And I feel that's something that as human beings we need to discover and do better because it's so volatile. Because I feel like everybody has this concept of understanding that like we want what is best, good intentions, And I can quote my Grammy on this. She used to always tell me, like, the road to hell is always paved with good intentions.
Right.
Everybody, I assume in life, has good intentions, but my good intentions is
not
to be
the same.
detriment to your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel like we need to always try to find balance in everything that we do. And I think it's easy to say and hard to do. And that's just like the scope on it. It's
Agree.
easy to say and hard to do.
I don't think that the crucifixion of Tory Lanez is out of people saying, oh, I 100% believe Megan. It's not really about belief. It's about supporting her in her time of need. And that translates to somehow social media turning around and crucifying Tory Lanez. But it's not about hatred for him or for his music or who he is or whatever. It's about supporting her. It's about she needs us right now. She needs people to be there for her. She needs her fans to know, yes, we hear you, we see you, we validate your experience. You know what I mean?
So how do you support her without tearing down Tory Lanez?
See, that's exactly why we're sitting here right now. That's the question. It's like, how do we find a balance between saying, yes, we respect you, we respect your music, we respect your art, whatever, Tory, but also, you may have been a criminal.
Oh, she got speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic for me, please.
Sorry. That's why you were sitting.
Yeah.
I was like,
So yeah, the question is, how do we validate Megan without crucifying Tory? And I think that's why everybody is sitting down around the world and just like, wow, what the do we do here?
So it's like we maybe have to change the concept of society of being this like polarization, like, you got to pick sides.
Well,
no,
hold on.
let me say.
At the end of the day, there's right and wrong and something in the middle. And we're at that point right now where there is no black and white. There's just a gray area until we know for sure whether or not Tory did it.
But isn't that
I'm not trying
life,
to crucify
though?
you, boy.
It
That
is.
is life.
But isn't that
is.
life?
That is life.
Like,
But I mean, who the knows the meaning of life? We
jeez.
can't,
Yeah, but like,
are we going to sit down
but if
here
you
and
go
like
into
try
that,
to polarize
there's
life?
no good and evil, right? If you really understand life, there's no good and evil. You know, like
true, but it's
Exactly.
just what
There's
it
no
is.
absolute truth.
Exactly.
We will never know what happened.
But
No
that-
court of law will even try Megan and Tory and know exactly what happened.
But
that
Exactly. So this is like a bigger stem beyond like the situation. This is like human existence and understanding of life around us itself. It's like, what is it? No, honestly, what is like our perception of life? What is
Right,
good
right.
and evil? What is right and wrong? What is the definition of these things? You know, like how do we perceive that?
And at the end of the day, everybody's perception is their own. So
Mm-hmm.
it's up to them to decide, yes, I am going to crucify Tory in respect for Megan, or I'm not going to do so.
yeah, I
No,
mean,
that's not up for me or him or you to decide.
had-
That's for them to decide for themselves.
and I definitely, yeah, just like Marco said just now, I definitely totally agree with that. And he had every right to stay silent because he didn't have to say nothing. Like, it's an open case. Like, he don't have to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Once
Well,
again,
I think
plead
that's
the
where I
fifth.
disagree. I think
Right.
once you dedicate your life to being in that kind of industry, you kind of give up your privacy in that light.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
That respect.
I get you, I got you.
You are obligated to give a statement to the public and say, yes, this happened.
I
this
didn't do it,
happened.
right? At least to say I
don't
didn't
wanna
do it.
know your every, I don't want to know everything that you do in your life. But bro, if you shoot Megan Thee Stallion,
But
I'm sorry, we need to know.
Once again, I'm saying, like, it was like way too petty for him not to say anything about it.
And then put out an
and then the
album.
first thing is an entire album.
Even though
bruh.
he's a
like,
musician
I'm
and
going
that's
to
what he
profit
does.
from it.
Like, I really
That's
ain't.
some-
You, I'm
but-
sorry, can we maximize and profit from it?
Right, and
but
profit
I
from it.
mean-
Like,
Because how
come
many people
on,
are listening
bro.
to this album because Megan Thee Stallion is getting name dropped on it?
That's
I'm not
terrible,
mad at
babe.
him putting out an album, right?
The
My
music,
whole
hold on.
thing-
The music.
Hold on.
Let me say
No,
this
no,
on
let
record.
me
The
say-
music
let me
really
say why.
dope.
Let
The
me say why,
music-
right?
That is musically dope.
No, but let me say
But-
why I'm not mad at him
But
putting an
come
album.
on, bro.
Because he's an artist.
No, I'm
He's
mad at him putting it
entitled
out.
to-
I'm mad at him putting it
to
out.
expressing himself through to his own platform and through his own art. But the problem is that he didn't put out a statement first to say and
Right,
then put
right.
the
I
album
feel
out.
like we just assume that these artists
And-
have so much control over their own lives. You
That-
know what
also
I mean?
that.
Like,
Also that.
Like, I'm just
That's
saying,
fact.
like, we just assuming that, like, the artist
Mike,
is
Mike,
in control of
Mike.
we just assuming that the artist is control of their own lives all the time. Like, you always got to understand there's people behind the scenes who are, like, telling him and manipulating him and, like,
Yeah.
controlling this, like, idea, like, yo, drop your album at the same time as Breonna Taylor.
Yeah,
you know?
but now,
Like,
now,
you know, this
now
and that.
we go into human ethics.
You know what I mean?
Humanly, he's supposed to be like, that ain't even right, bro. I know I shoot at
Yeah,
this
but
guy.
it stems off of what he's saying. Like honestly, he's just the talent.
Yeah.
Just the
Right.
talent.
He's just the talent.
Yeah, he's
like
just a
there's so
puppet.
many
You
people
we just
around
don't know how
him. You
deep his
know.
contract is.
Right.
You don't know
Right.
who's
Mike-
behind him, like, pushing this. Huh?
He is independent now. So
he is independent now. So
Oh, so this was him.
yeah.
Tory Lanez.
We said it.
right.
Anyway,
So,
so we about to gut to another commercial break, but on the next side, we're gonna get into Me Too Bahamas. It's about to get sticky,
Ooh.
and then we're gonna talk
We
about
know some people
other things.
personally.
Huh?
We know some people personally. I'm sure everybody in this room know at least one person.
I mean, we get into that. Stay tuned. Stay with us after the commercial break. Yeah, see.